All right, so top swap episode 6. A lot's changed as you can see. Uh, so I was able to get the lower intake manifold on, able to get the valve cover on as well with the new push rods inside. I used the milling push rods just from O'Reilly's. Hopefully they'll be all right. I got the front power log on, crossovers on, along with that, kind of like the EGR block off I have, and then that little coolant passage door port thing, got that on. Before I put the lower intake manifold on, got the tensioner on, alternators on, wired up, EGRs on, wired up. That'll go to the evap canister. That goes to the evap canister. That's my fuel rail. Throttle body, injector lines, the plug for the ICM and crankshaft position sensor. Was able to get the ICM bracket on. I'm still kind of fighting stud size, length, bolt, whatever the hell it is that goes for the tensioner. I'm not exactly sure on the length on that one. So, but that's on, kind of mocked up. ICM is just sitting here. Can't put the coils on yet because of routing. Got to put the supercharger on. But the wife is taking the intercooler to work tomorrow. She works at O'Reilly's, and I have the old style short stack with them coming out on the opposite ends here. Kind of a shitty design, recessed. So trying to find hosing that fits that. Hopefully she can find me something tomorrow. Trying to tap into the ignition fuse. I have a tap, add a circuit tap fuse deal. Problem is that fuse lands exactly right here. So, I mean, my box don't close. So, I really don't want to hot tap it with just like a bare of wire in here. So, I don't really know what the hell I'm going to do there. I'm trying to think what else we got. Transgo kit came just barely. Well, not barely. Just seen it barely. So that came today. I'll be doing that at the tail end of this, the shift kit. I don't know if I'm going to install like everything it has on it, but definitely going to do the shim kit and I think the springs, if I remember right, that it comes with. Yeah, just paint some of the stuff that I've fucked up, like, these strut braces. See how they're all scratched? I've leaned over these like a million times and just scratched the shit out of them. Just chip paint off. So kind of trying to clean that up. Painted this bracket, motor mount, or a dog bone bracket before I put it on. Yeah, just finalizing some stuff. Got that rear bracket on. I don't think if there's anything else. Like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it looks like I've done quite a bit. It feels like I've done quite a bit. Yeah. Spark plugs. I can't remember the exact gap for the GTP, but I re-gapped him. I had to close them just like a cunt hair. It wasn't much, but did have to close them out on the gap. Housings on for the thermostat. Put a 180 thermostat in there. Hook that line back up. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's really the gist of it. Trying to figure out how the hell the vacuum lines are going to run. I do have... Where the hell was it? So here's the map sensor right here. I'm kind of thinking of doing kind of a T deal right here. Just teeing this out, and then I can route a vacuum line over and around the fuel rail and the supercharger and kind of tie into a T over here, maybe somewhere with the supercharger, kind of in this T tree it's got. I don't really know how the vacuum lines are going to run. I still have the 3.5 pulley to put on with the ZZP quick adapt coupling. Got the ECU plugged in from ZZP. What else do I got here? I mean, just the final things. Really, a lot of it's the final things. Trying to make sure it looks clean. I'm going through everything. Also, going to be draining the oil and doing a complete flush in this before I even start it. That's a must. I've dumped a little oil down these and the valve covers just for startup. I don't want them to start up dry on the push rods and all that shit. So did that. Yeah, I guess really that's pretty much it. Kind of waiting on the hoses for that. And then a big deal will be trying to figure out where that intercooler sits or heat exchanger. I'm sure I'm going to have to move my transcooler I just put on. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but I've deleted those lines, so hopefully I can figure out a way to route it in here. So that'll be a big deal, kind of like trying to figure out where the hell this heat exchanger goes. I know it goes on that cross brace somewhere, but I haven't came out and mocked it up yet. Yeah, so that'll be tomorrow. Probably try to mock up the heat exchanger, see where that sits, see if I have to move this, see if I need some more of these little push pin tab deals. I did that with the in-car, like grill on, all that shit, so it's not straight. But I really liked it there because the front bumper on the Grand Prix, that was the inlet. It was going right over it. We might have to move that. Yeah, I'd really like to get that intercooler on. Supercharger on. I have the supercharger bolts for the short stack intercooler, ejector spacers. Yeah, I have the whole kit caboodle there. So, but yeah, that's where we're sitting now. I'd really like to send the ICBM off to get replaced / rebuilt, not replaced, just because I keep getting that service, service variable steering code, and I've had the rack and pinion replaced, power steering pump. I had that tensioner replaced as well. Had metal coolant elbows. Somehow 220,000 miles on it, this all went down. Still had the plastic elbows on it, didn't leak. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of what we got going on. And yeah, we'll hit it tomorrow and I'll give you another update. All right, see you later, guys.